Hey there, Woo Ball fans. It's time to order this season's official Waldorf Gridiron Club swag. We've got hoodies, crew neck sweatshirts, in case you want to avoid having a head handle to pull you down in those bar fights, long sleeve tees to cover your Woo Ball inked sleeves, and short sleeve tees for when the weather is warm, or whenever, if you're hot-blooded. As usual, funds raised from these reasonably priced, colorful apparel go to the Waldorf football program. So, order now. In fact, our store closes on the 28th of July at 11:59 p.m. on the dot. You can pick up at the Thread store in Algona or have it sent right to your home. And have it before the season begins. Just go to the store link in the show notes and place your order today. Don't delay. We'll see you and your sweet Woo Ball gridiron gear at the game. Go Warriors! Welcome to the Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast, your home for all things football at Waldorf University, the best small college football experience in America. Hosted by Andy Buffington and me, Troy Thompson, from the secret bunker beneath Bullsdorf Field.
Welcome to this episode of the Waldorf Gridiron Pub.
Restart.
Welcome to this episode of the Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast. Here we are, folks, burning through the GPAC as we speak, as you listen. I don't know. We're speaking, you're listening. So, Troy, you know who we got today?
I do. It's Northwestern
College. Yep.
Because the university is a Division I, Big Ten.
Yeah, I still think we can stand up against them.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And Coach will back that up, too.
But there's also a Northwestern, I think, in like Minneapolis or something.
I suppose.
There is. They're D3, yeah.
Yeah, there's Northwest Missouri State.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the same.
There's a lot of that is funny how like they're very, I don't know what Northwestern, the Division I program, I don't know what their
well, nobody cares.
no, but like what is their affiliation? Is this a private school?
I don't know. Are they Jesuit?
I have no idea.
I think they might be Jesuit.
Really?
I have no idea. I'm making that up.
Okay.
100%.
Because the one in Orange City, which we're going to get to, is Reformed.
Yes.
Whatever that is.
Evangelical.
Yeah.
Dutch Reformed, probably?
They're Dutch Reformed, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. We'll get into all that as we go in.
The one in Minneapolis.
But yeah, today we're going to be talking about the Red Raiders.
Red Raiders.
From Orange City, Iowa.
Yeah.
Which is just a short 142-mile drive.
That's not bad at all.
That's not bad.
I've never been to Orange City.
I don't know if I have. I may have, but I'm trying to block it out, I suppose.
Yeah. It is the county seat of Sioux County.
Is it?
That's what I read.
Okay. And Sioux County, like, hey, let's lift it up right now because we're recording this on the 26th of June, and that area of the world just got pounded by rain.
Man, didn't it?
Sioux County and all those guys over there, Dickinson, Emmett, Palo Alto, just Clay County, obviously, with Spencer.
Yeah.
Those folks, they got hit hard.
Went to a game in Algona, a baseball game in Algona last night.
Yep.
And I have a pass because it's part of our conference, so that I can get it for free.
Used to have those.
And roll in, and they're charging admission, and I have my little pass, and that's fine. But it doesn't matter because we're collecting money for Spencer. And I'm thinking, who's this Spencer kid? I better give some money like they got the cancer or something.
The cancer.
Yeah, just take Dones. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you got back pills.
I'm like halfway to the stands before I'm like, oh, I bet that's for Spencer, the community.
Oh, yeah. Something might have happened there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, our thoughts going out to those folks in Northwest Iowa and hopefully our friends in Orange City that might be listening to this also. Hopefully they weathered the storm. But, we're going to talk about your school. And, hey, because it is June 26th, today is Austin Erdman's birthday.
Oh, really?
I'm sure y'all sent him a text. I know I did. What?
Yeah,
right?
I sure did. Happy
I did
birthday,
not.
Erdy.
And, hey, before we
Happy
get...
birthday.
I didn't either.
This would be like a week and a half.
So today,
Too late.
I'm going to talk about today as well, because today was a pretty special thing for me. My wife sent me a clip off of like the 4 City Lake Mills Garner buy sell page or whatever. And the post was from a gentleman by the name of Jimmy Bates.
Yeah.
And he put on there, hey, today at 11:45, I'm going to get baptized at Pamela Park.
And what was this on?
It was on the 4 City. If anybody would like to attend, we'd love to have you. I'm thinking, okay. But at the same time, I was coming home about that time, rolling through Forest City.
Yeah.
And sure enough, this black truck drives down the flooded road, and Jimmy and a friend of his that's happens to be, I believe, ordained, got out, and Jimmy was baptized today in the Winnebago River.
In the Winnebago.
The Winnebago. It was
for him.
it was a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
So I was glad to be there.
That is awesome.
And congratulations, Jimmy. Welcome to the new life, buddy.
That is great.
That is wonderful news.
That is great.
That is a great Jimmy Bates thing.
And it's-
do. Oh, that is
Yeah.
What a top shelf dude.
that is perfect. Yeah.
Top shelf dude. So
That's awesome.
anyway, congratulations, Jimmy. Happy birthday, Austin. And God bless Northwest Iowa. And speaking of Northwest Iowa, Northwestern College.
That's right.
In Orange City.
No,
You know what? They are not as expensive as I thought.
No,
And we'll talk a little bit about
still getting a good deal, folks.
getting a good deal at Waldorf. Because their tuition alone, just their tuition,
Yeah.
$36,400.
Well spent, I'm sure.
Yeah. Room and board, $10,900.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that rolls out to a total of $47,300.
You know what's interesting about that?
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, and the median average income of graduates of Northwestern College after 10 years of post graduation
$26,000.
is $47,300. Hey, dude, you did it! You made your tuition for 1 year, 10 years after you graduated.
Yeah, well, there's 1,162 currently enrolled.
You got a lot of people over there.
Yeah, that's their undergrads, I believe. Yeah, so
Really?
that's good.
That's-
Good
yeah,
for
it's a
them.
big
That's
size
right.
school for-
Yeah, beautiful campus, beautiful part of the world.
Yes.
So yeah, sitting there in Orange City, Iowa, population 6,267 beautiful people.
On the up and up, I see they gained about 700 from the last census. Did you see that? Did you notice that?
Yeah, they're growing.
What are they doing over there?
Well, they have a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
You know, their big employer over there is Diamond Vogel and Old Masters,
Ooh, got the paint.
paint makers.
Nice.
Yeah, they make some paint over there. But in 1870, some folks down in Pella.
That's all we're doing. And it's just like, yep, they make a lot of paint. Anyway.
Well, yeah, they should make Old Dutch paint.
Yeah, but they don't. That's
Oh,
right.
Yeah. So in 1870, some folks down in Pella said, it's too expensive here. So they started looking for some cheaper land.
Sounds just like the Dutch.
Does it? I have no idea.
You've never heard that? When people say, let's go Dutch on this lunch, they mean split the bill.
Oh, yeah. But so they were like, hey, I'm getting tired of this. So they were looking for cheaper and better land.
Yeah.
So they found Orange City.
Right.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
The first name of Orange City was Holland. Clever.
Holland.
Yeah.
Holland. Yep.
Because that's like the place that some of them came from.
Most of them. Yeah.
Wow.
And it was called Orange City in honor of the Prince of Orange.
Yeah, William.
I have no idea.
Yeah, William. Of William and Mary fame.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the William. Prince William. He was king. He was William III of England.
Okay.
William II, I guess, or whatever. His mom was the daughter of the King of England. She married
England.
the prince over in Holland, and they had one kid, and he was it. And then the dad died before he was born, so he was always like the dude
Yeah.
from his birth. And funny thing is, he went back and married a girl named Mary, who was also, well, his first cousin, like they do in royal families. She's from Britain.
That's pretty gross.
Never had any kids.
Keep it in
That's
the
weird.
family.
That survived. Never had any kids that we know of.
Yeah. Incest.
Yeah.
Incest. Put your cousin to the test.
He went back. He was a big Protestant, so I can see why they would love him in the Reformed Church.
Well, sure.
Because he's a big Protestant guy, and his uncle was Catholic, and he was going to become the King of England, and that was a problem. He did become the King of England. That's
England.
James, yeah. And then William went over and invaded England, and got it. It's
mine now.
He became the King of England, and it became Protestant for sure. I mean, it was Protestant
Yeah.
on and off before that with the whole Anglican thing. But
You bet.
anyway, that's the history of.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's the history of.
And he didn't even have any notes.
No,
Right.
I mean, I have
off
to.
the dome right there.
Right.
I mean,
Look at him.
boom. He's just sitting there looking, and you know what? He might be lying to us, but the
No.
confidence that he
Guess
said that
what?
in-
I believe you.
It's all
Oh, I-
pretty accurate.
You're pretty accurate.
I'm not going to put dates to it.
No, that'd be.
I know.
crazy.
Well, I can tell you this:
Give
he
us the
died
Cliff notes.
right around 1700.
Oh man,
So he died then.
big funeral.
Yeah, not really. Here's the funny thing: his wife,
go. Really?
his wife Mary,
Yeah.
who was his first cousin.
Yeah.
she didn't spend any time over there in Holland, and he was all over the.
You mean Orange City?
No, yeah,
Oh.
he didn't. He didn't come over there then. She was in England the whole time. He was gonna let her run the show over in England. He's like, listen, you speak better. I don't really like each other. We're
got
cousins.
this.
Let's do this.
Exactly.
He was in the 9-year war. He didn't see her for 9 years, and they named it the 9-year war before. I'm just kidding. It was the 9. I think that's a post-history name.
So what was Mary's mother's name?
I don't know.
Because you probably Mary.
Yeah,
but could you imagine family Christmas where everybody shows up and oh hey, you brought your wife and
yeah, and cousins.
Yeah,
exactly.
Thanksgiving's probably kind of
Aunt Marge. Oh my God,
what would they be doing Thanksgiving for?
Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking modern terms here.
Giving thanks in general.
Maybe Cinco de Mayo.
No, they were.
William's mom, Mary, though, who was English, couldn't stand
his wife
Holland or I think her own kid. She spent hardly any time with him his entire childhood,
which is typical of the royals.
How about that?
Yeah.
So that's how he got really rooted into the Protestant church, because he said somebody else raising him.
Well, it needs somebody to be a family.
And that's why you would name it Orange City, after a guy who was basically conquering England to keep it Protestant.
Conquering England.
I bet there's a pretty good relationship between Northwestern and Mount Mary. There should be Mount Marty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of Marys in this.
There is.
So yeah, there should be. And even
wait.
Briarcliff.
Wait.
when we get to Briarcliff next week.
Oh my God.
Northwestern. I mean, they've got to be some knives out there, because they're named after
Yeah.
I mean, as close as you can get to. The Lutherans really have it in the bag.
Well, they should.
Yeah.
And as you look
But
through
the Reformed too.
Yeah, and I can't. As you look through the churches in Orange City, I don't think there's an ELCA church over there. There's an LCMS, but I don't know if the Lutherans aren't welcome. I mean, I don't know. I feel a little nervous.
The Lutherans are welcome, just not the ELCA Lutherans.
Okay, makes more sense now.
I mean, it is the home of the Reformed, church in Western Iowa, Northwestern Iowa. Their most famous person, I thought, is that guy that tried to run for Bob Vanderputz. He ran for governor six times.
I'll tell you what, let's talk about notable people. A big one who was born there was Nick Collison.
Yeah, that's a big name. That's NBA guy.
Yeah, absolutely. But the even bigger name, I don't know if you caught this, is Tom Clary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tom Clary.
Tom, yeah.
I mean, I saw that name. I'm like, boom, mind
Look
blown.
at that. It's on this. They listed it as notable.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all over Wikipedia. And also a dude by the name of Dennis Muhlenberg. He was the former CEO of Boeing.
Ooh. Making airplanes.
Yep, and calling hits.
But not making them in Orange City.
Well, no, it's out in Seattle.
Yeah, I went out there to Seattle.
But yeah, I mean.
That's cool, though.
Yeah. Yeah,
Boeing's still in business. Still don't know whether Best Buy is.
That's true. I think there's a Best Buy here and there.
I mean, there must be, right?
Not as much as there used to be.
Not as much as Boeing.
Yeah, you don't see Cracker Barrels around very often either.
Right.
Not like you used to.
No.
Yeah. So some of the things to do when we travel over there, their top 3.
Because we're going over there. No, they're coming here this year.
They will be at home,
Yeah, but
when
we go to
next
Orange
year,
City next year.
Yeah, we got to visit Windmill Park. Believe it or not, the Dutch have a windmill
Why do you think that is? Why do they have so many windmills?
Yeah, they're grinding stuff.
Yeah, right. Tulip bulbs?
No, that's
Make
Pella.
tulip bulb flour, do you?
Well, you might be able. That sounds delicious.
I don't know.
You could.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so then you can also go in the fall. You can go to Pumpkin Land.
Mm-hmm.
Pumpkin Land.
Yeah, they have a fall
pumpkin.
festival. Yeah. And then the one that I'd really like to go to is the Woodstra Meat Market.
Oh,
yeah.
It was nice to go to the meat market.
Exactly. Did that
Going on
in
with
college.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Going down to the meat market. Yeah, we used to call
Is that a big meat market?
I don't know. I think they have a lot of quality edible items.
I wonder what the dancing is like at the meat market when you're around all those Dutch people. Do you think it sounds a lot like beating logs against wood floors? Just
I think so.
All the clogs.
Just a noisy place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody. I hope everybody has carpet.
Do they wear wood shoes?
Yes, they do.
I feel like the football team should have to wear wood spikes.
Wood spikes. I would love that.
Let's even this field out a little bit.
We would love that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what are you going to do? Tear up our turf? I mean,
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're
So,
wearing-
that's a little bit about Orange City over there in like Sioux County is what you said?
Sioux County.
Sioux.
Was spelled with an X.
Sioux. Sioux.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a I don't even know really anything more about the county, the Sioux County, so I couldn't even. I do know this: the school district is MOC, Floyd Valley.
Yeah.
And they are so that's Maurice.
Yep.
Orange City, Floyd
I thought it was
Valley.
pronounced Morris.
Yeah, but they spell it wrong. And Morris is 2 R's and an IS.
Yeah.
This is like Maurice, like a song. Whoop, wow.
It's a good song.
Well, some people
Steve Miller.
call me Maurice.
Some people,
but it's really Morris.
That's I've never seen the lyrics. Maybe it is. It's spelled like Morris.
Steve Miller Band. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, and then there's another school too. There's a Christian school there, Unity.
Yeah.
And they're pretty good too.
Unity
like in the
Christian?
state of Iowa, most of the private schools seem to win all the championships.
Well,
they should have their own division.
They don't recruit, but
No.
they recruit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Different conversation for another time. We can have that conversation. That'd be another one down the road if we get through with this series.
Well, go after Christian schools in Iowa.
No.
They recruit.
No. Oh, recruit them. Well, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mean that. Yeah.
I don't know if Unity Christian, do they have a football team? Because MOC
They do.
Floyd Valley.
They do.
Okay.
Yeah.
MOC Floyd Valley is,
They're pretty good in football.
yeah, well, they have to be, I think.
Out there in Northwestern Iowa, we do have to be. That's
Yeah.
a lot of good football out
You
there.
best.
Mm-hmm.
You best put it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, and of course, Orange City being the home of Northwestern College, as we've already talked about, it's a Dutch Calvinist Reformed church. Yeah, right there.
You know the funny thing about Calvin?
You mean Calvin and Hobbes or?
No, Calvin.
Oh,
John Calvin.
John Calvin, okay.
Yeah, the
Go
guy
ahead.
that's, Calvinist.
Yeah, okay, I'm
You
down.
know? Yeah. He once gave like, I don't know, several sermons, many hours long each on like the book of, I don't know, Deuteronomy.
Yeah, who
Or
doesn't want to
something
hear
like
that?
that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm a Leviticus fan myself.
Oh, yeah. You can get a lot done there.
Mm-hmm.
So, thrilling guy, Calvin.
A great story. So anyway, in 1882, it was originally founded as the Northwestern Classical Academy by Reverend. Okay, I'm going to call it Saine, Seine, or is it Siene? Siene?
Seine.
Saine.
Sure.
Yeah, his last name was Bolks. He founded the Hope College in Holland, Michigan. So you wonder why they named the town. Do you suppose that's why?
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that they just went around, the Dutch did, and
Named everything Holland.
I think that they had signs made before they left the Netherlands, and they all said Holland. In fact, because they didn't want to pay for them, they probably just took the signs with them on the boats, brought them over here, and every town that they went in, they just took the sign that they already had and called it Holland.
Yeah, it's
'Cause they
Holland
didn't
now.
want to buy a new sign.
Well, you can't make it. Paint's
No.
expensive. Back in the day.
And they just said, we'll
they're
just have
just
a paint
planting them
factory
around.
right here.
Yeah.
We got a paint
flags.
factory. We can name this something different every year if we want to,
Well,
folks.
it's not. We should call it Old Dutch. No.
No.
Can't do that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diamond Vogel. Ooh, okay. So anyway, Reverend Bolks and a gentleman by the name of Henry Hospers, they wanted to establish a classical Christian academy to prepare students ultimately for ministry in the Reformed Church of America. That was their goal. So they started the process in 1872. So 10 years before it was actually founded, they were delayed due to, and this is heartbreaking, due to grasshopper scourges.
Man.
You ever had a grasshopper scourge?
No, but I love that. The Egyptians have, I heard.
Oh yeah. Well, just that once.
Locusts.
Yeah, just that once. And then also there were floods, hailstorms, and droughts. So for that 10 years, it really kind of set them back, the old weather and the grasshoppers.
Oh, come on. Cry me a
Was there
river.
famine? Did they have famine?
Yeah.
I don't
With the
know.
grasshoppers.
Pestilence.
Pestilence in
something.
general.
Yeah, exactly.
Did they not know how these other schools do it in the NAIA? We say, I'm going to start a school, and 3 days later, boom. They
Boom.
took
As
10
As long as
years.
you have a railroad, you're good.
10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they were waiting for some stuff.
Yeah, so
Get with it.
Hospers is one of those dudes that came to Orange City from Pella, looking for cheaper land, better land. And he donated most of the land that the college sits on. Their first year, 25 kids. Then within that next decade, they made it up to 70.
Been growing ever since.
Yeah, 1,100 now. I mean, that's really good. So in 1928, they added it as a junior college, and then they became a 4-year technical teachers college with the first graduating class in 1961. So that's why Coach Clary, the most famous resident of Orange.
Wait, what year was that? 1971?
1961.
61.
Yeah, it became a 4-year institution.
So they gave up on the making reformed ministers thing and just went to the teaching thing.
I think so. It made more money.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think.
Bigger pool of people you can get.
Listen, we need way more teachers than we need reformed ministers over here.
That's right. But we're going to teach them in the reformed Calvinist ways.
Minister in the classroom.
What exactly is the reformed way?
I don't know.
We're off to be.
I've never been to a reform. I think I maybe been to a funeral or two. I've been to a couple funerals at the Reformed Church.
It's like they were. Well, listen, we were deviant last week, but we are reformed this week.
They're doing better. Everything by the book, man.
Yeah. So then, one thing I found interesting is that currently, Northwestern College, that you have to pay $47,300 to. So that's just a year's salary. And
after 10 years of graduation.
They have a $75.1 million endowment.
So that's handy. Is that from Boeing or from Diamond Vogel or from?
I don't know.
Is it from the Dutch slave trade? Did you know that the Dutch were behind that?
Yeah, I know. The Dutch Indies and all that stuff. Yeah.
We're digging deep with the red and white over there. Or is it scarlet?
It's red.
Maroon? No, it's not maroon.
It's red.
It's like a red. All right.
It is red and white. That's for sure. They're definitely red and white.
Where did that come from?
The $75.1 million?
Yeah.
Donations.
Just regular.
I suppose everybody, hey, every dollar matters.
So it's just like the Gridiron Club.
Yep, absolutely. If we could get up to $75.1 million endowment with
we never will.
Never?
We'll never get up to 75 because we spend it. We spend it on the team. We're not holding it back.
But imagine if we got a $75 million gift.
Yeah.
We endow $50 million of it and take that $25 million and just go bonkers.
Yeah.
Maybe even buy a new turf.
Yeah. Ideas,
maybe.
listeners, ideas.
Turf is fine.
Yeah. Turf is fine. An indoor something or other would be pretty cool, though.
Oh, yeah. It's already in the works.
Yeah.
But if we had that, now.
Yeah.
And by in the works, I mean it's in my head.
In your head.
It's in the
In
works.
your
Got to keep playing Powerball.
head.
Yeah.
In your head. I'm just like digging up the old songs today.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
just coming off the dome here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got,
Off the Dome is a good.
Ooh, that's
Way
a
of
good
putting
name
it.
for a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Right like it?
Right off the dome.
It's kind of what these are.
Yeah.
Well,
Summer
kinda,
series
yeah.
is kind of.
Yeah, this
You're a little bit more.
Are they?
We just
Well, I
sit here
have
with
to
our
be
arms
because I do
crossed.
not have the depth and breadth of knowledge that Mr. Thompson does.
Yeah, me either. I had to bring a notebook the other day.
Well, Troy's got one for
Look,
you.
I know.
this is what a history degree does for you.
No, I love it. Yeah.
Not much.
No.
Makes
Well,
it-
look at this. Look at this bunker. It's done a lot.
Well, it makes you useful in trivia.
And made you a first sergeant in the Army.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of first sergeants that got GEDs.
It's got to be a team player.
Yeah, well, you're younger than I am and retired. So
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Are they any good at football, though?
they're okay, but here's another interesting
Before we get there,
tidbit. So their only notable alumni is obviously
Tom Clary.
Clary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's now with the Warriors. By the way.
Bob it's not Putz, it's
Vanderplatz.
Platz.
Yeah, Bob Vanderplatz. I don't really know if he's a graduate and don't care.
He is. He's there. He's listed as there.
But one of their graduates that graduated in 2008, Deb, and Deb, if you're listening to this, which I highly doubt that you are,
Who's Deb?
Deb is Remerde, Remerde Lusink. So Deb Lusink, she holds the record for most consecutive in-game free throws in the history of organized basketball. 133 in a row.
Free throws?
In a row.
How did she get fouled that many times?
I don't know. She must have been a stud. Yeah,
but come on. The whole team's getting
133 at that point? Like, who's left?
The whole team's getting fouled out. They're just bringing dudes in off the stands.
No, this
get
isn't in a game. It's consecutive.
Oh, she just
Oh,
from the free throw line.
Yeah, she might have had 5 in one game.
Oh.
And, 4 in the next.
She
But
just didn't miss any.
She didn't miss any. 133 in a row.
I was very confused.
You're not supposed to
had
miss
me.
free throws. I mean, how hard
They
is
are
that?
free.
They're free.
Like,
and you just
this
throw
is
it
a
up.
No one's playing defense.
Right.
Yeah, go Jerry West and
Under
alley-oop that.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's amazing. How many did you say?
133.
In women's basketball.
Well, it's the same distance.
No.
It's not like it's too
No
far.
one can see this, but you didn't see the eye roll.
The eye roll
that
was
just
great.
happened over here.
That Title IX crap.
I like to do that on purpose. I like Caitlin Clark. I think that's great. I'm just saying,
We need a little GoPro somewhere in this room.
So just to prove to you how good she actually is, they had her on the early show. Okay, I don't know what year or anything like that. So she was at the gym at Northwestern College, and in front of a live audience, she had 585 attempts. How many do you suppose that she made?
173.
Nope, 580.
Whoa, she missed
made
5. That's out of 585.
Yes.
They had time for that on the early show?
Well, nobody watches it.
That's true.
Well,
I wonder how long that took, though.
probably about an hour or about 2 hours. I don't know how long the early show is. I've never tuned in, nor shall I.
And where is that, the early show? What is that, CBS?
Don't care.
I don't know either.
Yeah, no.
But still, an amazing accomplishment.
It's pretty accurate, one could say.
So anyway, that is in organized basketball. The history of it, a Northwestern graduate.
That's pretty cool.
That is really cool.
I mean, that reminds me of, it's kind of like, it's one of those weird Iowa facts, but it is pretty cool. It's like Grinnell when they came up with their weird offense in basketball, you know, where they were just like running up and down the court on nonstop. And that was successful. Like no rebounding, just
run and gun.
Run and gun. And then became fairly easy to defeat. But for a while there, they were nationwide,
Yeah.
That's,
Anything new can get trendy pretty quick.
it would be funny if
Air raid offense.
what was that
in the
girl's
state of Iowa?
that lady's name? That
Deb
Remard Lusink.
okay. So
she could come in here into the bunker, where we've got our basketball set up, and
She could just sit here during our hour-long podcast, and she's
say,
like,
I've made 420 of these.
You suppose she still shoots? I mean, because she graduated in 2008, so she's probably in her
she's still
30s
shooting.
now.
Yeah,
you don't just
shoot.
toss away a talent like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're bringing it up out of context, no reason. People are like, anyway, I think we got quite a bit of water over here. And Spencer, she's like, you want to see me shoot some free throws?
I can raise money for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
You can do that. Yeah,
$5 for
everyone that goes in.
It'd be funny if she was like, are there any other stats? Like she's amazing at free throws, but she was terrible in every other part of the
Couldn't
game.
defend, had no rebounds.
711
It
turnovers.
was like completely useful task because she's like, I never get fouled because they know I'm not going to make this. I'm sure that's not the case. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is really cool. Good for them.
Yeah, we have to poke fun at stuff, and
it's all
an
in
easy
good fun.
target. Yeah.
Is that a Dutch name? You think?
Lucy?
Is Rembrandt Dutch?
Well, this is Remard.
Yeah, but
Remardy
it made me think of it.
Did you say Rembrandt?
I think Rembrandt is Dutch.
Well, anything related to paint is Dutch, right?
That's true.
Dutch Masters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those are cigars. Oh,
those aren't cigars.
those are really cheap, really
Yeah.
bad cigars that makes your mouth taste like a litter box for about 4 or 5 days.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Man.
good stuff. You can't go wrong.
What else is Dutch?
What?
An oven. Dutch oven. You know about that, Coach?
Yes, I know what a Dutch oven is. My goodness.
Yeah, Nicole's probably listening to this going,
like,
oh, yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, filthy animal.
Hey there, Woo Ball fans. Make plans now to kick off the 2024 season at the first Waldorf Gridiron Club Golf Tournament, Friday, September 6th at the Gruis Golf Course. Start your home opener tailgating experience early by registering your 4-person team now at woogridironevents@gmail.com. Find the link in the show notes. It's just $150 for each team, and that includes meals. If you want to sponsor one of our 9 holes, you can do that too for just $300, which includes the team registration, meals, hole signage, and recognition. This is a fundraiser for the Gridiron Club, and all money raised goes straight to the Warrior football program. We'll start registration at 12:15, get a welcome from the coaches, and explain the tournament rules at 12:45, then off to a shotgun start to our scramble at 1 p.m. Think of it as a kickoff. It's just a 9-hole tournament, so there will be plenty of time for our evening meal, flight prizes, and pre-game camaraderie around 5 p.m. You can bring your own cart or rent them right there at the course. The Gruis Golf Course is located west of Forest City at 2724 360th Street in rural Buffalo Center. We can't wait to see you at the Waldorf Gridiron Club Golf Tournament September 6th. Get your team together and register today by emailing woogridironevents@gmail.com, and we'll get you taken care of. Go Warriors. Well, what is that in Austin Powers? The gold member, I think, where Michael Caine is Austin Powers' dad.
Okay.
And he's like, there's two things I can't stand.
Okay.
Intolerance for other cultures and the Dutch.
The Dutch. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about
Fun
the Dutch other than, like windmills,
Right. And
Yep.
tulips.
Yeah, but like Don Quixote, that was, he attacked windmills. And
Yeah, but
do you
that
suppose
was-
that he had a problem with the Dutch too?
That was in Spain.
I know. But I suppose they invaded and they put up windmills, and Don Quixote said, no, none of this.
None of this.
They were kind of all over the place. This has nothing to do with Orange City, but back in the day, the Dutch, for the Nederlander, that they were, for a small little country, they were kind
Tough.
of all over the place. They did a lot of colonial stuff in America. I mean, New Holland was New York before they had that going. It was New Sweden before that, and then they had a bunch of stuff going on in the Congo and South Africa. Went to war with the British about that. The Dutch.
They're feisty, it sounds like. I hope that people who listen to this are like,
Dutch.
yeah.
Hey,
This is like a class in session here.
Sell a vowel, okay? Sell a vowel, Dutch people. You don't need to buy a vowel. They got way too many.
Yeah.
Sell a vowel to some of the Bohemians or whatever, like the Birchkas and the Churchkas and the other ones that only have one. It'll spread the wealth a little bit.
Yeah,
you
how do you
greedy
pronounce
folks.
half those names?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too many A's.
A lot of A's.
What's the point of having that many A's?
I don't
It's
know.
just the first letter. You're fine.
Feenstra.
There's double vowels.
Easiest one.
They're strong on vowels.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not big on consonants.
Yeah, and the Czechs don't have hardly any.
Yeah, not they're
Maybe they stole the Czechs' vowels. That's why it worked out that way.
checkmate.
Ooh, all right. Good
You're
on
solving
you.
world problems.
Good on you.
Yeah, exactly.
They won't go to war, though.
Huh.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Well, they have a football team over there.
I want vowel
they do.
equity.
Yeah, they're exactly. We need.
It'll be a business proposition here for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna. That sounds like a T-shirt. Yep.
That would be a good T-shirt to wear out to Orange City.
You
Actually,
should sell it the week before we go.
demand vowel equity.
We got a whole year to plan this thing.
We do absolutely. The Bohemians, the Bohemian Hungarians. We want our Czechoslovakian heritage to have a couple vowels, if you don't mind. You guys used them all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
took them.
So, like I was saying, they do have a football team over there.
They do. Pretty good one.
Very good football team.
Yeah, Red Raiders.
Yeah, the Red Raiders first started playing football in 1950 as a JUCO.
Late start.
Yeah, absolutely. But the interesting part too is that, so in 1950 to 2024, we're talking 74 years. How many coaches do you suppose they've had in 74 years?
17.
5.
Oh, that's way off.
Really?
Yep, they've had 5. It started out when they were JUCO. They didn't really have any. I don't know. The first coach that they have recorded was a gentleman by the name of Joe Welton. He coached for 7 seasons, and then a gentleman who's in the NAIA Hall of Fame, Larry Corver, 67 to 94. He won the national championship 2 times. He was a runner-up 3 times, and he was in the playoffs 11 times.
That's pretty good. Jerry Corver.
Jerry Corver, yeah, obviously a Hall of Fame coach.
Mm-hmm.
A gentleman by the name of Orv Otten.
Yeah, no Orv.
Oh, Orv's a good dude. He appeared in the playoff 4 times. And then a short timer was Kyle Ashtaroff, 2009 to 2015. He took the Red Raiders to the playoffs 3 times. And the guy that's there now, head coach Matt McCarty, he's been head coach since 2016. And in that time, he has had 7 playoff appearances, 2-time national champs, and 1-time runner-up this last year. Yeah. So their first national championship with Coach Corver was in 1973. They've won a total of 16 conference titles. The program record, are you ready for this? This is mind-blowing. Since 1950, their program record is 457 wins, 195 losses, and 7 ties. That is a 68.3 winning percentage.
Pretty good.
Yeah. If you know that you're going to win 2 out of every.
Listen, you don't drive out the Catholic English king without having some.
Oh, you better be tough.
You better be.
Exactly.
Better bring it.
We will take your vowels.
That's right.
McCarty was at Okoboji, it says.
Yeah, he was. He was the McCarty. Actually, he's done his entire career, his college career at Northwestern. But he was at Okoboji High in 03 and 04 as an assistant coach. But
so as I'm reading this,
He was a pioneer.
he played for Orvatten.
Yep.
In his playing days. He was a defensive back. So he went from...
Some of the best people.
Oh, dang right. So he graduated from Northwestern.
He did.
Coached at Okoboji for 1 season.
Yep.
And then was immediately the defensive coordinator at.
Yes.
So he's got a pretty good mind on him, probably.
Oh, absolutely. And obviously, just their success. So in his time with the Red Raiders, he has coached 2 of the 2 NAIA Football Players of the Year. Well, last year, Jalen Gramstead, he won that Football Player of the Year for the NAIA, and in 2020, Tyson Koima won that as well. So, but
Gramstead kid's now at
Nebraska, yeah, he decided that he's gonna. And it was interesting reading the article about Jalen stepping away from Northwestern because what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, you got nothing else to accomplish here. Bud.
Right. Other than maybe another natty champ and being the National Player of the Year.
But every kid's dream to play on the big stage, though.
But he also, like when they asked him about it, it wasn't like, I want to win a national championship for Nebraska, because that's not going to happen. And but he said he wanted to be in the quarterback room and start his coaching career.
Yeah.
So good for him, for kind of having that vision, understanding that, hey, I'm going to go down and I'm going to
learn from some of the best.
Yeah. Matt Rule is down there right now, and he's a good coach. He just can't really put together a winning season yet. We'll see how this year goes.
It takes a minute. It takes a minute, but
but 1990s, remember those?
Yeah. That's how I feel about the Cowboys sometimes too.
Yeah. Well, anyway, bug eaters.
You know anything about his assistants, Coach?
I do.
I don't. He has 10 assistants.
Yeah.
8 of the 10 are Northwest graduates.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
They've got.
That's culture, man.
That's one of the common denominators on some of these really good programs is they just keep everything in house and keep the guys around.
Yeah. So Coach McCarty graduated in 2003 from Northwestern College. Again, he's entering his 9th season as head coach. He was 11 years as the defensive coordinator. So yeah, he's got it going on over there. So that entire college coaching career, at least, has been with the Red Raiders. Yeah. And so again, you want to talk about building culture, you have a $75 million endowment. You can pay your coaches well, I think.
Yeah. And his offensive coordinator, this is interesting, says he graduated from Northwestern in 21. So he's a pretty young guy.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
Who is that?
Fakama.
Okay.
Fakama.
You know what? Let's just not say that again.
That name.
Let's not say that.
We're gonna have to bleep it out every time.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna get to an E rating.
We're gonna get a PG rating on this.
But that's interesting, though. He's a young cat and still able to. And they have really good players too. So
right, but they always, it's that slugfest in the GPAC.
Yeah.
It seems like it's always between Morningside and Northwestern. And let's be honest, when you have a 68.3% winning percentage, you've had a lot of luck and a lot of skill, a lot of talent, and just a ton of success in the GPAC for the Red Raiders.
I'll say this Josh Fakama.
Coach F.
His
I'm
bio.
glad he doesn't have an L at the end of his name.
Leave that alone. Leave it alone.
Don't try to pronounce that. No.
That's right. His favorite Bible verse is Joshua 1:9, and that's my favorite Bible verse too. So we got that in common. That, and he's kind of trying to grow a beard. But
does he have any hair?
He's got a little too much.
He's got a lot of hair.
Well, that's good.
But he's working on his beard. Keep working on that.
Well, some guys grow beards. I choose not to.
No, you're just fine. Don't worry about that.
Because
this ain't about you. You're good.
I got this cool scar now that
you got to show it off.
Yeah,
exactly.
Got into a bar fight.
Now, Yeah, I don't know anything about these other fellas. He is nope. They got a graduate assistant, obviously.
Well, they got a guy from South Dakota State.
That guy is that coach is
the DC.
The DC,
yeah, they're DC.
SDSU. Billy Kirch. And then looks like the old man on the team is also a graduate from 1980. That's Brad Zutenhorst. He's the linebackers coach.
You ever zoot a horse before?
No.
He's zooting horses all the time.
Zooting horses? Yeah.
No, I've only met Coach McCarty once.
You suppose they all go to the same church?
Now, here's an outlier.
Absolutely, they do.
He's a running back coach, graduated from Buena Vista, so he's
a beaver.
He's an outsider. He's a beaver. And also his name's Benji. So, I mean, come on.
When I was a kid, that was some of my favorite movies. The Benji movies.
Right.
Little dog running around, saving lives. Dodging death.
I do like how they're all wearing ties, though. You make your coaches wear ties?
Yeah. Haven't you ever seen our
I never have been to our website. We got one? I'm kidding.
He's definitely kidding.
Yeah.
And even if you weren't, don't say that.
I know we've got a website.
Yeah, it's actually new and improved now.
Yeah, it still shows Greg Youngblood as the head coach.
Yeah.
But I mean, whatever.
That doesn't matter.
That was a couple
that's because we have a new, we've got
SID.
New SID, which is awesome.
We're
making some improvements over there.
Yep.
I love to see that.
If I grow a beard and look really angry, will they take my picture?
If you want your picture on there, you know what? I don't even care if you want it. You're getting it.
There you go.
We got a purple, as long as you have a shirt.
What if we go
White
with something?
button.
No, I want to go with a tie and no shirt.
Let's do it. Just
exactly.
Just look pissed. Yeah,
yep. Just look mad.
Yeah.
What if you just have each coach have their own caricature? It's just caricature pictures for every coach.
That would be so great.
Everybody's got giant heads and small body, and they're doing something interesting on the
have Coach Kloster Hodak sitting on the back of a toilet.
Right. Let's see for those of you who listen.
A couple weeks ago, that was a clutch move.
Oh, that was a crazy episode.
Yeah, we devolved.
We did.
Yeah.
It was fun though.
Yeah, it was a good time. Hope you guys enjoyed it
let
too.
their hair down a little bit.
Well, yeah.
Look at that guy.
Yeah. You know any of the guys on the team? Any of the big names? Any of the players that you or are we just all kind of learning together?
Yeah,
well, everybody talked about Jalen Gramstead. I mean, again,
he's right there. Look at him, right there, left 12.
Jalen Gramstead, quarterback,
former
from West Lyon.
Yeah, they turn out a lot of football players over at West Lyon too.
Yeah, that whole western side of the state there is pretty
well. So
pretty
I believe, and they won't listen to it, but what's the defensive back Riley Moss? A gentleman by the name of Mark Moss, who went to West Lyon High School, played football here at Waldorf, and his wife Elizabeth, also a Waldorf grad, is Riley Moss's mom and dad were classmates of mine.
Oh.
Which, I mean, if I walked up and shot Mark Moss in the chest, he probably wouldn't be able to tell the police who it was, but still.
And since I've been here, recruiting out that way has been tough. Now we haven't been,
of course,
we haven't been in the GPAC though either. So guess who I'm sending out there these next couple of years? Mr. Clary.
You know what? That's a good idea.
Yeah. We want to get as many good Iowa football players as we can.
Of course.
That's how you make this.
There's a ton
really
of them.
good.
There's a kid from Forest City joining the Warriors, Jack Thompson, I think.
I don't know if anyone's heard of him, but we have.
He's all right.
We have. We got to keep his head.
He listens to this
small.
podcast.
He does.
Yeah,
He got to keep his head small.
I can't wait to have Jack in there.
Hey, man, it's like 5 weeks away.
He listens.
Jack, I'm talking to you, buddy.
He's working out. He's taking it serious. I know that.
That's good.
There is a local kid that went out to Northwestern from that same class. Sam Clausen went out. He's going to play for the Red Raiders too.
Yep.
There's a really good player from Jackson County Central in Minnesota, not too far from here.
True.
He went
north
out
of
to
Spirit Lake.
Yeah, he went to Northwestern too.
Well, it's hard to compete, against schools like that sometimes with recruiting, especially now that we weren't even in the GPAC last year. So
we're the newbies still.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. We're the unknown. We're going to be what they'll probably change our name to the Shockers.
No.
Oh yeah.
Can't do it.
No. No, Wichita.
That's why we don't have cameras.
This is exactly why we don't have cameras.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
but we should, right?
Yeah.
By that fist.
Oh yeah, I will sit back in this corner.
Yeah.
We'll get canceled real quick. We
Oh no.
like that.
Well,
Yeah, put on YouTube.
I think that'd be good.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine the...
Well, this is on YouTube for all of our listeners so they understand. We're just not visual. Like, Google changed their platform for podcasts back in April or March or whenever it was, and it moved everything since they own YouTube to YouTube podcast now. So through Sunnyside Farm Studios, which is where all these are produced, and it all has is a channel. So you can find and you can listen to this on YouTube too for whatever reason, if that's a thing. And if we do get our cameras going, makes it sound like we have them. If we get cameras and then we get them
just
going,
not working right now.
then and we probably will.
We got to convert to Betamax.
Yeah. Then you can see the
shenanigans
that go on in here. Mm-hmm.
There's a lot.
Andy's not wearing a shirt.
Yeah. But that would be on YouTube.
I try not to.
So we're already there, is what I'm saying.
I got this pimple on my chest that's infected. So sorry about that, guys.
We're all just sitting around in our jock straps every time we broadcast.
Exactly.
We're really getting into the moment.
That's right.
These leather chairs are sticky and stanky.
Yeah, good thing it's cold in here. Start sweating.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So I don't have a whole lot more information on Northwest. I mean, they're kind of, they're well known. You know,
they're who you think they are.
It's a good program. You know, you can poke fun at their town a little bit, which is it's a nice town. There's nothing even to poke fun at. Mostly just making fun of Dutch people in general, which is always easy to do. And I feel like,
I don't know how. I don't know anything about like Dutch as a culture.
Yeah.
Other than, the Tulip Festival down in Pella.
They keep it close
I'll
to
tell
the
you
chest,
exactly how it worked out. So they did all the shipping for all of these places, and they sent all the slaves over here. They did that. The Dutch did that.
Yep.
And then when that broke apart, I think what they did is they continued shipping, except they just that's how they just moved it from Africa to China, and they come over here to the United States, and that's why we have so many Chinese restaurants. There's a whole Dutch network still going, in my opinion. This is a conspiracy theory that's not been vetted, but I'm willing.
I was going to say, boy, you kind of, all right.
Yeah, you thought about
so what?
It also could be wildly untrue.
So what's a typical Dutch food? I've heard of Dutch letters. That's the pastry that's delicious.
Yeah.
It's like a puff pastry with.
Yeah, I think it's just doilies. I think it's mostly they just eat doilies.
Ooh.
The lace.
What is a doily?
Hard to digest, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a lace thing.
Oh.
Yeah. You go down to Pella and probably up to Orange City, too. I bet there's a lot of doilies in the... That's not what they're called. You know how they... Have you been to Pella?
I have not.
Oh, really?
I golfed at Boz Landon. That's all.
All of the businesses, you have to have
doilies.
Wooden shoes.
Little Dutch doilies in your window.
I guess I know about the wooden shoe thing, but I don't know anything about doilies. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah.
So did you know that Orange City also has a tulip festival?
Of course they do.
Yeah.
They don't have Kool-Aid days.
No, they don't.
Yeah, I would rather go to Kool-Aid days, though, to be honest with
Absolutely.
Yeah, so...
fruit smack, man.
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
fruit smack. Come on. Come on.
So you're looking at the Orange City Tulip Festival website, and the front page says, Orange City invites you to our 84th Tulip Festival in 2025. What are they doing in 24? I'm going to look at their brochure. They have a brochure.
Maybe it's already over. It's probably already over. It's a spring thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, tulips appear like for a day in the spring, and they're gone.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think we have a couple.
It's like the Dutch people. They come over, they start a town, and then they're like, boom, we're gone. Start to New Holland over here.
But the town is there. The foundation is there.
That's right.
They just
and Casey's has doilies in their windows.
And this year,
our Casey's has spicy chicken sandwiches.
That's right.
They're good.
Are they pretty good?
Dang right.
So this year at the Tulip Festival in Orange City, they had a fly-in breakfast, and they had a
fly-in breakfast.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if they came in on windmills.
Yeah. Just flew right in there.
Yeah. They had a Tour des Tulips, the Tulip Festival road race, and then they had the Dutch Museum private tours. Wonder what that's like.
Go to the back rooms.
Horse-drawn trolley tools, Tulip Talk in Windmill Park. That would be riveting. So anyway, you take your bulbs. You put them about 2 1/4 inches down. If you go 2 1/2, you may not really get a nice bloom. And if you go 2 inches, frost is going to get them every year, folks.
Well, Heinrich von der Anderglander Blonder Glinde Blender, is it okay if I use one of these bulb attachments on my drill and just watch them melt down?
Oh, what? So at 10:30 a.m. on Saturday, it was the Dutch Dozen performance.
Ooh.
I'm guessing do you suppose they fight it out with
the
Czechs?
Backstreet Boys?
With is it, I mean, what's Dutch music? Is it anything like polka? I mean, that's Czechoslovakian.
Yeah.
So then there also at 10:30 was the Dutch Street Organ. I don't know which organ, but it was an organ regardless. More tulip talk at 11. There was a petting zoo. There was
let that go.
Yeah.
Yep. There's at noon there was the Fightzenzangers.
Oh,
yeah.
You've never heard of them before.
The bicycle singers.
The Fightzenzangers?
Yeah, sure.
Is that what you said?
Fightzenzangers.
Okay.
And then there was the Straatfeest events. Straafeest events. So it's the Straatfeest and street scrubbing, because that sounds like a riot. I mean, hey,
well, they got to keep it clean after they just partied hard.
Yep,
right.
the Volks Parade, the band awards and drumline show.
I will say they seem pretty clean. Like if you go to, I mean, it seems like a very clean society.
I think so.
I mean, except for the whole drug situation in Amsterdam, which is apparently all legal.
Red light district.
That's all things.
Yep.
But I mean, I've been to St. Martin, and there's a French side, and then there's a Dutch side, of course, with the extra A, unnecessary. But the Dutch side is incredibly clean and organized. In fact, it makes the U.S. Virgin Islands look like third world countries. What do we do in America?
I don't know.
I'm asking the same question. Well, yeah, you go to any of these, like Pell is really clean.
Yeah.
You know, everything looks the same.
Yeah.
All the houses.
Yeah.
So
no one feels bad.
The Straatfeest in the afternoon see Dutch dances performed in wooden shoes, and the Mode Show, a traditional costume display during the street festival.
Do they have brats to eat there?
Yeah.
No, that's German.
Oh, yeah.
No, you got to eat, I don't know.
Not close enough.
The Dutch street organ is built in 1909. Our fully restored street organ creates unforgettable music at the Stadcentrum. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Center of
there's a Klompen.
government center.
Have you ever been to a Klompen maker?
I don't know what that is.
Well, it's wood shoe carving.
A Klompen maker?
Oh, they're called
the shoes are called Klompens?
Yeah.
Klompen maker.
That makes sense. It's like onomatopoeia.
Yeah, right.
Klompen.
Yeah.
That's the sound it makes.
And the Dutch Dozen is 12 young ladies and 12 young men. They provide a colorful and lighthearted melodious trip through Old Holland.
And
Not New Holland.
it's like a 1950s musical.
And so there's a thing called the Vogel Old Mill. That makes me think Vogel. Diamond Vogel? Is that
I'm going to bet that it is. And I'm going to say that Vogel is probably a Dutch name.
So built in 1967, sorry, not 16, 1967 by Dutch immigrant, of course, and founder of Vogel Paint, Andrew Vogel. It's a windmill, believe it or not.
We had, do you remember Osnes Paint?
Yeah.
In town?
Oh, John Osnes, yeah.
Yeah. He was a Diamond Vogel dealer.
Yeah. And that's good paint.
I didn't know that
It's
was
good paint.
an Orange City product.
I didn't either. Yeah. And so you could have taken on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday a Dutch Museum private tour for $10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Enjoy a guided tour highlighting Dutch costumes, immigrant stories, and the settling of the Orange City colony. How do you suppose you spell colony? Kolonie?
I would think I would. You know what? We should go with that. And I'm going to be the dude in the back eating peanuts. And then occasionally being like, I got a question about this current trade situation, how we have so many Chinese restaurants. And they're like, shut up. What are we talking about? Get off the private tour.
How did you know?
And then you're Klompenstein off the...
Yeah.
You can't sneak up on anybody with
Klompen.
Just knocked out with a wooden clog.
Yeah.
Well, you suppose that like when they first I don't know.
Those are probably heavy.
What do you want to
Yeah.
do for shoes? I don't know. We got all this wood sitting around. It's
Right.
like, oh man, those things are going to be clomping around.
Yeah. Oh, Klompenstein.
That's a great
You know what?
Klompen.
Great name.
If you made those, we could call
Like a
it
Seinfeld episode.
Klompen
making
maker.
Is it
You know what?
Seems
Coach Clary's going to listen to this.
balsa?
And come in and poke us in the
balsa
chest.
wood?
No. I think it's
The maple?
Dutch elm.
These shoes are diseased.
Exactly. God, my feet itch.
You know what you get out of elms, though? They got the disease and they fall over. And that is the perfect location for morels.
Oh, well, there you go. So do you suppose the morels are pretty big over in Dutch elm territory?
I have no idea. Yeah, maybe they have a lot of them.
Why do they call it Dutch elm disease? Did the folks from the Netherlands. Did they?
Another thing they brought over on their ships.
Accidentally.
Yeah, exactly. Besides enslaved peoples.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goodness sakes.
And fortune cookies. I'm telling you.
It's annoying. You can tell.
Oh,
he's
thanks for the extra vowels and the Dutch elm disease. Oh.
Yeah. Jeez.
He's passionate about it.
We're just I just, what does it take to start a rivalry around here? I mean, the things
I don't know.
to do.
They got to start listening to this. Mm-hmm. Now you, Coach, you were going to send an episode to one of your buddies.
Yes.
And
at Hastings College.
Yes. How'd that go?
I actually talked to him yesterday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And did he say anything about it?
No. I didn't bring it up to him either, but I probably should.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kool-Aid. I did talk to him about Kool-Aid days, and I was texting him about the puff, whatever the puff was.
Right.
Yeah.
He called me after the thing.
What in the world?
Yeah, he was like, "How did you know about our puff?" And I was like,
We have a research center.
Yeah,
down here in
I've
the
got my
bunker. You'd be
guys.
astounded. We got like six
guys.
interns. Just
It's like ESPN.
Yeah, it's
You
not
get
like
clearly you can tell by your conversation how well researched we
It's
are.
not like a Bigfoot research center, but
Oh, that lady Harriet or whatever.
Harriet. I think it was
Yeah.
Harriet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go there. I just want to give her a
He
hug.
has been there.
He's been to the.
He's been there. Yeah, I
Really?
brought it up. He said that's one of the first things he did.
And what did he think
Is
of?
it very big?
No, it's like
It's in the house.
it's like a trailer,
Like a
type
split
of-
level?
Yeah, yeah. It was somebody who's very enthusiastic about
Well, everybody has to have passion in life.
yeah,
I guess if you
or conspiracies, whatever you want.
maybe you're passionate about making clappings.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that you brought up the Dutch elm disease. That makes me happy. I mean,
It was bad for a while.
It was bad. Yeah.
70s, 1970s.
I don't know. It really went down. Harder to find morels now because a lot of those Dutch elm, they
got rid of
the
them.
regular American elms were taken out by the Dutch elm disease. Now they have mostly rotted away, which would make good fodder for morels, but slowly.
Well, it's
and
been a lot of
surely-
years.
Yeah.
Eventually, everything rots.
Yeah. Eventually.
Yeah, like
Not this
podcast.
table.
This podcast rolling down.
Podcast is rotten.
You can't complain about the level of competition in the GPAC. If that's anything that, we've made fun of people's towns and their heritage and just pretty much their schools and, really lashing out but with good fun and tongue in cheek,
Well, of course.
and
We don't mean anything, we don't want to be offensive to anybody except for.
well, I'm serious about the Dutch situation, but the other stuff, they, but this is great. I mean,
Yeah.
look, you can't,
This is what you want when you're playing football. though.
I
You
wouldn't
want
talk
good
crap
competition.
about Northwestern if my mouth was full of it because they have.
Yeah, you don't want to infuriate them.
Well, I'm not worried about that. They're just a darn good program, and
They
you
are.
got to earn your way in every conference you're in. We're the new guys, but it is they're top notch, and look forward to beating them.
Yeah, and it takes some years to get to that level, right? And it takes some continuity with the same guys, and
Yeah,
all that kind of stuff.
absolutely. They grow their own
Yeah,
Yeah,
over there for sure.
and they welcomed us into the GPAC too. They were a good fit. I remember when they came out and did a visit. I think they had a couple of reps from Northwestern were here on that visit
Northwestern,
and everything.
Morningside.
Morningside was there too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we'll get into them here in a few weeks.
Yeah. So it's fun to send some shots over the bow and all that.
Well, that's what you need to do.
That's right.
Again, we got to create
Let
a
'em know.
rivalry. Are they
They're
our
coming
close-
here, folks. They're coming here to Bullstore Field.
Yeah.
So we better be tailgating it up. I don't even know what the tailgate situation out is in Orange City.
You know, I didn't.
They're cutting our trees down at the tailgate.
They are.
I noticed
So
that.
like now there's
that's a
more.
completely different thing. Nothing to do with the Dutch, unfortunately.
Nothing to do with the
That is 100%
Dutch elm disease.
ash borer.
Yeah,
Oh, there's that.
but now there's nothing blocking the view from there either. Now I don't like it because now there's nothing to block the wind either. But
yeah,
We'll
but
have
then,
to get some different trees in because those. I mean, that's just that's across the
they
state.
looked so good last year. Too.
looked,
like it was just one.
yeah, they're all
year.
dead up top right
Yeah.
now. And so yeah, that's a shame. That looks
Yeah.
so nice.
the ash.
'Cause we used to
the
take-
emerald ash borer.
We used to take drone pictures of it, and it was good for recruiting and stuff.
Yeah,
We'll get them
Used to
back.
look real nice.
Yep.
that's something else.
Swamp oak.
Swamp oak are great.
I know.
A bunch of pines.
You know
right there.
what? That swamp oak is what they planted at the 9/11 memorial where the Twin Towers were.
Yeah.
So if you go, if this is sidebar, if you have not been, if you ever go to New York City and you have got to go see the 9/11 memorial.
It's the only reason to go there.
It's correct. It's
Yep.
phenomenal. It's amazing. And they planted swamp oaks. They have them all set up with waterers on timers, and they keep them watered at the same rate, so that they grow at the same rate. And
somebody got it figured out over there.
They did, yeah.
That's good.
It's amazing. And part of the things that were moved, I think, in for some of that memorial stuff, were done with dollies made by local Holland Crane and Dolly.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
The more you know.
With one L. No, 2 L's.
Oh, back to Holland.
There we go. The Dutcher and everything.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Thought we got away from them.
They were, yeah.
All right, well, I think we've done enough damage to Northwestern College, the Red Raiders, and the city of Orange City for this episode of the Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast. Unless, gentlemen, we have anything else to fire shots at?
God bless and stay dry.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
That's right. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this episode of the Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to listen to us just kind of be goofy and have fun. So for Troy Thompson and head coach Tyler Chapa, this is Andy Buffington, and forever and always, go Warriors. You can join the Waldorf Gridiron Club and be part of the best small college football experience in America.
Just visit our website and pick your membership level. Find us and everything Waldorf Gridiron Club related, including professional photos, at waldorfgridironclub.org.
You can also click on the Support the Show link in the show notes to donate.
And you can even use the United States Postal Service by sending your check to the Waldorf Gridiron Club, P.O. Box 125, Forest City, Iowa, 50436.
It's tax exempt, hassle-free, and has a level for every budget.
That's right. Anyone can join, even our rivals.
Show your colors. Join the Gridiron Club today.
Get it?
Got it. Fantastic.
The Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast is hosted by Andy Buffington and me, Troy Thompson. Produced by Sunnyside Farm Studios in beautiful rural Forest City, Iowa. Platformed by Buzzsprout and music by Soundstrike. The Waldorf Gridiron Club is a 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated to the student athletes of the Waldorf University football program. Our mission is to assist the program in maintaining the best small college football experience in America.